Meche.
Manny, what are you doing here?
I wanted to see how your trip was going, Angel. I am your travel agent, you know. By the way, thanks for that bottle of champagne you sent me. It really hit the spot.
You were headed for a trap. I was trying to warn you. Domino was using me like bait. I didn't want you to end up a prisoner here like me.
Prisoner? Where's your cell? Or are you just sharing a bunk with the warden?
If that's what you think of me, then why did you come here?
Because this is where he belongs. Here, working for me. I knew you'd come around eventually. Right or wrong, Manuel Calavera is always with the winning team, right, Manny? That's why you're here now.
I'm getting off this rock, and I'm taking all of these people with me.
Manny, there's no way off this island. I'm afraid you're stuck here in my little executive training program. See, I need you to take my place here, kid. I've got to get back to the city where the action is.
Sorry, Manny, but I had to come in. My skin was getting all pruny.
Him, I don't need.
I'm gonna grind you to powder for that, cabrón.
Maybe later. But for now, let me just show you your new office.
All right, it's been a week since our last recording. Everything is Daijobu. This is gonna be fine.
Now, what do you remember about what you're trying to do right now?
Nothing.
So, Meche wants a gun from you, so you can demonstrate, trust. You want a way off of this island, and you did find a boat with Glottis attached to it, but it's hanging off of the end of the world, so that's a problem.
Yeah.
And you'll discover some other problems later on, but those are the primary things you're trying to accomplish right now. And
let's look at my favorite inventory first. Favorite inventory. All right, I got a little pick.
So,
oh wait, did this?
We lost the save progress where you got the bus doll. I would recommend that you explore some of the other dialogue options when you talk to Chepito.
What did you say, Sungwon?
Did the game freeze again last time? Like twice?
I think that we basically exited that without saving or something like that.
Okay.
Chepito, huh? Who? Oh, you is it? Why?
It's good to see our favorite NPC again.
Oh yeah.
Nice drill.
Drill? This here is a cordless, high-speed reciprocating chisel. And look, it's a bust-all. They usually don't give these to the new guys.
How'd you get a bus doll?
I'm connected, plugged in, and I had some booty to trade. Trade's the name of the game out here in the Big Reef.
I want to trade something.
Well, you came to the right place, Sonny. What you be needing?
A gun.
Ooh, that's gonna cost some. What do you got on you?
I think it's some form of blue-green algae.
Ah, don't worry, you get used to it. When you got something worth trading, he'll do you right.
Yo, Pito, have you ever seen an authentic little chipper?
A little chipper? No, I haven't. But I'd sure love to give it a test drive. Say, little chipper, you're okay.
Okay.
Love to see it.
That will be the only save for the night. All right.
Oh no.
La-dee-da-dee-da-da. La-dee-da-dee-da-da.
Chepito!
Ah! Quit yelling!
Booty? Where'd you get booty?
It's all over the ocean floor. Jewelry, precious coins. You people and your fancy boats never know about it, 'cause you just never stop and look.
Give me some booty and I'll buy our way out of here.
I traded it all for this beauty.
You traded jewelry and precious coins for a
You traded booty for that beauty?
How'd you get a bus doll?
I'm connected, plugged in, and I had some booty to trade. Trades?
Relax, we're busting out of here soon.
We are done traveling together. I work solo, my friend, and I walk alone.
Well, You don't want that big octopus to see you chatting.
Oh, brother, that's right.
Okay, so I need booty. And I have this drill.
Or at least something valuable. You do have a drill now.
Mm-hmm. Did I try giving that to Glottis last time?
Yes, and he did not accept it.
Okay. Now what?
Do you want to hit? Or do you just want...
Yeah.
You should spend some time experimenting with the crane.
Oh boy.
Where is it? This way?
Yeah, go over here, you get up that little ramp there.
Yeah, go up the pre-rendered graphics.
Okay. Oop.
There's only a limited number of states. Doing it anywhere between the extremes, we'll just do that.
And then there was nothing here.
Well, now there's something.
There was a big empty
Why?
expanse.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look at all this.
It's beautiful.
Look at all this mostly walking.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's different now that you've played with the crane?
What? That this is here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, now you fucking broke it.
Oopsie.
What
I
fun.
can see why they don't give these chisels to the new guys.
And why did I want to do
I
that?
don't want to bust all that.
Well,
Screw
you've
some
modified the
of this.
crane, so go back to playing with it. I find that the mechanical puzzles in this year of the game are very centered over experimentation, which
is
I can see
stupid.
people having mixed. I don't necessarily think so. The game always gives you a limited capacity of like things you can do, and then you can kind of naturally discover what you can do with it.
Yes, but
Whoa.
So you've shortened the crane significantly now.
Okay.
I just don't like a puzzle where you have to destroy something and you don't know why, you just do it.
I do think it's much preferred to have a clear goal in mind for why you're doing things, rather than just putzing around because you can.
Like, in a game like Myst, okay. Alright, in a game like Myst, the whole
Wait,
thing...
okay. So I can't, like, just leave this... Oh, yeah, because I'm here. Right, okay. The doy. Okay.
The whole thing is about experimenting. That is the gist of the game. You're playing around with different systems and machines, and those are the puzzles. This is a narrative game. I shouldn't have to dick around with a crane and blow up a chain for reasons unbeknownst to me.
Listen, you're going to be on this island a very long time. You might as well, break some stuff.
I can't get out of here. There's no ladder.
Oh.
The chain's not a hot spot, but you don't need it to be.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Cool, we're back to this again.
This isn't even faster. I just gotta do this. Okay. Alright.
I think this baby's our ticket out of here.
I was just wrenching it for fun, but your idea's good too.
Are you sure you don't want this?
So
You've gotten a chain, you're down to the anchor, which, you know, is great.
Okay.
But, you know,
Okay.
how could this theoretically help you?
Am I trying to pull this up?
That certainly would make it much
That's
more
as close to the edge
useful
as I
than
wanna
dangling
be.
off the edge of the world.
That's as close to the edge as I want to be.
So I have to what? Find a way. Is this? But this isn't attached or anything.
No, that's the anchor chain, but, you know, the anchor's up there near where you just, like, put that other chain attached to the crane.
What?
So you have an anchor connected to a chain and then another chain here. It
Sure.
would be great if you could, you know, connect these two.
Sure.
The question is, how could you go about doing that?
Call my pal Godzilla to pick up the anchor for me. Oh, no? Okay. Then I'm less interested.
Here you go, you're back down here.
Yeah, well, it's because I can't move or whatever. Okay, go up. Oh my god, go up. So, I want to attach this to this chain.
Yeah, you want the anchor attached to the chain. And you can't do much on this screen, unfortunately, because of the current.
Okay.
So play around a little bit here.
I just have to watch these animations happen if I play around. Alright. Oh my
Whoops.
god.
So now it's all bunched up.
Oh. Was it?
Yeah, it bunched up when you did that. Well,
That's okay. Just okay. Alright. Okay.
I love Grim Fandango, but I'm having a hard time apologizing for this one, David.
Okay. Pull it up! Nope.
I
Oh.
can't believe you got it to float.
That was the easy part. The
Shut up.
trick's gonna
Oh,
be
nope.
busting through that big coral reef out there.
Bust through a big coral reef, eh? Okay, give me a minute or two.
So, new problem for you to figure out.
I can't board without the others.
I'm glad you had to walk over there to say it. Okay. So I need to bust through coral reef with this ship.
Yeah, so you need to get Glottis something that could help with that. So keep an eye out for anything that seems like it'd be very useful.
The immersion of running across these screens.
Yeah, I feel like I am Grim Fandango. All right. Go over here. Exit. All right. It's got a gun. So I need to find a booty to give to get a gun of some kind, probably. Okay.
I do find that exploring the other things you might want to trade for might give you an idea of what he might like.
Gonna see Miss Liza. Going to Mississippi.
Oh my god. Stop.
Too bad.
Stop. Stop. Stop.
Ah, sweet Chepito. Ah, quick.
I want to...
What?
A hug?
Nope. That's the one thing I ain't got for you.
My friend Glottis to be alive.
What? What happened?
He went over the edge.
Oh, stay away from the edge, I tell you. It's dangerous. I seen whole ships go over it in my time. Their engines in full reverse, trying to drop anchor. But the current, you can't fight her. So stay back.
A boat.
There you go again with the boats. You know I don't like them. Why do you have to needle me?
Just give me some
Time.
boot.
It's all you, cause you...
Give me some.
I trick
You trick.
it's...
How'd you...
I can't trick.
Well,
Cool.
Chepito.
Ah, quit.
I want to...
Well, what?
How about a pair of nice silk stockings?
Ah, now there's a high-ticket item. I might be able to get you some, but I gotta tell you, you couldn't afford it.
A drink.
Ha! We're swimming in the biggest drink there is. Drinks aren't a hot commodity down here. Sorry.
A towel.
Hey, you funny guy, chalkhead.
I can't think of anything else.
Think small, like a knife or dirty books.
You got that stuff?
Well, no, but practically everything else.
Well,
Cool.
All right.
So, what does that put your mind? Like, what do you think he might want?
No idea.
What did he describe as a high-ticket item?
The silk stockings.
Yeah. So where could you find some of those?
Oh, Virginia. Oh, Rush.
I just didn't get the impression that he would want silk stockings. I thought I wanted silk stock. Okay, well, okay, sure. And then he says it's a high-ticket item. But, okay, sure.
hey, about that gun.
Ready to hand over your heater?
I would if I had one.
Right.
Listen, Meche.
Manny, talking isn't helping right now, okay?
So you do need to get them from her, but this is another fuck around
empty.
puzzle.
Oh, good.
Oh, there haven't been any of those.
Sir, do you have an appointment?
I'm going in there to tell Domino my demands.
I don't think you fully understand the chain of command around here. Pugsy and BB work for you. You and I work for...
Well, I think it's time for a little corporate restructuring. Not moving any furniture today. Hola.
Hello, Miss.
Hey, would one of you children happen to have a gun?
Yeah, we do. So stick him up.
Let me see it.
He doesn't have one. He's such a liar. Oh, yeah? Well, you're stupid. Your light bulbs don't work. Your light bulbs all smell like boogers. Ha! Nobody thinks you're funny anymore. Oh, yeah? Well, everybody in this cage is smarter than you. Everybody except for you? Yeah, 'cause I'm especially smarter than you. In your dreams. In your baby bed that's all wet 'cause you wet in it? Shut up! Bedwetter! I said shut up! No, really. I have to sleep with an umbrella down here. Oh, yeah? Well, at least I never asked Meche to marry me. What?
Hold on, I should be taking notes, because apparently every random line you think is not important is an essential clue. Okay. He needed an umbrella. He proposed to Meche. Okay.
Stupid baby blue beanie bedwetter! Pugsy the Bugsy lies like a rug.
I don't think this conversation is is long enough. Oh.
I love the smoke of the cigarette after that line.
Yeah.
Well, my work here is done.
David, I have no idea what to do. I need to get
So,
dockings, but there's I don't
a hotspot in Meche's office that you have not interacted with.
It's locked. It's locked.
Sir, do you have an appointment?
I'm going in.
I don't pug you.
Well,
Have you looked in the trash can yet?
Yeah.
Well, he has.
it's empty.
Our type of business doesn't produce a lot of paperwork.
Why do I, when I click this, he keeps going to the door? Is it because it's, like...
Children's books.
I like to read to the angelitos. It reminds me of better times.
It's locked.
Am I blind? What hotspot are you talking about? I've talked to her, I've done this, looked at the trash can.
It's the ashtray.
The ashtray?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I don't even see an ashtray.
Where's the ashtray?
It's next to her where she's dipping, like, using it for a cigarette.
What? What? This?
No. See, when she's tapping her cigarette, it's directly underneath that.
From this angle?
You can see it at this angle. This is not the optimal angle to notice it. But it is something that, you know, when you're walking by, Manny notices it.
Sir, do you have an appointment?
I'm going in there to tell Domino my...
I don't pug you.
Well, I...
Oh, this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, if you were using tank controls, this would be a lot easier.
This
I mean, technically
doesn't...
it is.
This does not... this looks like a... like a table... like... oh, boy. Alright, okay. Well, what do we got?
Okay. Now,
I only steal ashtrays from bars. Man, That ashtray's so fancy you could eat caviar out of it.
Once you got used to the sooty aftertaste, you'd feel like a king.
Is this how some of our other friends feel when they play board games? Where they're just like, I don't know. Am I stupid? Like, I don't get it. Like, there's an ashtray. I've looked at it. I've clicked. I've done everything with it.
This is a timing puzzle.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
but I don't even know what. But I don't even know what am I even supposed to be doing? Like,
you can twist the cigarette tray, and if you time it right, Meche will not have it underneath her cigarette when she taps it.
You gotta pull the old football out from Charlie Brown.
I understand. I think I understand why. But all right.
I do not remember this.
How do I get to a better angle? No, I gotta just do this.
Yeah, being close to Domino's door will get you the other angle, but
I keep going in the damn office.
Yeah.
There is a reason I am seeing as to why I always quit after year 2.
So I have to.
In terms of her animations,
yeah.
What is she doing? Like, where is her attention?
The files or whatever, and then she taps her cigarette. Okay.
So the issue is that she's noticing you moving it.
Okay.
So try to move it when she's not looking.
But it's not like immediate, like when I click it, it does it, right? I have to, it takes a bit, because he does this. So I have to time it, so, because he puffs the, I have to, it's not even like a, oh boy, okay. So it takes like 3 sec, alright. Okay, I'm just gonna, okay, she puffed it, alright. Okay, and then she looks away, he does his smoking, turn it, okay. Oh wow, oh her stockings, they're ruined, she'll give them to me.
Try to have one nice thing on this cruel island.
I think I have a lot of issues with this. One, so yes, I talked to, what's his name, Chepito, and I am like, I would like stockings. Okay, all right, sure. Okay, let's grab these like a pervert.
Good enough for me.
What is?
Oh, the speed at which you're working.
That's nice, Manny, but you're not my boss, so really I couldn't care less.
Good. Excellent. Carry on.
This is like impossible to see for me from any angle. And then I have to, there's a lot of layers to that one. You know, that's a stever. Alright, I don't know if you guys know what that means.
I know what a stever is, and man,
another reason to check out ProZD's channel if you didn't come from there.
That's a tough one.
Has any stever made you feel as exasperated as that puzzle? Be honest. I feel at least the worst ones are endearing because they're coming from your friend.
That's true. Alright. Hello, Mr. Pervert. You want some stockings?
Hey, Cheppy, check out the hosiery.
Say, these are real silk. Where'd you find them?
I've been wearing them the whole time.
You too? Well then, here's your new best friend.
Oh.
My first Brautella gun. Is it loaded?
No. Hey, bullets are hard to get.
You know, I think what throws me off is because if I say I want silk stockings, that registers to me as like a joke answer. Like it's like a haha, it's like one of the funny things you say, like, oh, I want a drink, oh, I want this, oh, I want silk stockings, right? Because he goes, oh, there's booty all around, oh, there's jewels and stuff hidden in the sand. So my mind, if I were playing this on my own, would be like, okay, I gotta find jewels, because he keeps talking about booty. The silk stocking that I initiate with doesn't register to me as he wants that. It's that, oh, it's like, ha ha ha. Ooh, yeah, that's gross, that's a real valuable item, ha, pervert, or something. I don't know. Anyway.
No, I'm with you. That is not signposted well.
Can I use the gun on myself? No, okay, let's go and
you don't got any bullets, man, I'm sorry.
Oh god, I have to get bullets. Oh god.
You know, she didn't specify that she needed bullets.
Okay. Hello. Here you go.
Here. What good's a relationship without trust?
True, a relationship without trust is about as empty as a gun without bullets. Guess you didn't realize a smart girl always keeps an extra round in her hat for mad days. Come on, let's go.
Meche, you don't know what you...
I know exactly what I'm doing. Now move!
Would you just listen to my escape plan first?
Trouble in paradise, kids?
You're letting us go right now, or your boy Friday here gets it.
Well, I hate to see you go, Manny, but, the lady seems to have made up her mind.
I'm serious. I'll shoot him.
Fine. It really doesn't work for me anyway.
But I thought I'll shoot you then.
No, you won't. You're too good, remember?
I'm not good anymore. You've taken that out of me, keeping me a prisoner here. I'm gonna crack you open like a fake wing vase. I'm gonna...
Kid's all right. She's a firecracker, but a night in the cooler usually dampens her fuse.
Manny, where are you? Help! I'm warning you, Domino! I'm sorry I didn't trust you!
Must be a combination lock, but there are no numbers on it.
Alright.
Cool.
Sorry I didn't trust you!
So
What
I
could you
gotta
do
get
with
her...
this?
It's me, Meche! I'm sorry I didn't trust you!
I don't want to mess up the wheel. The wheel's my friend. If I
Manny,
bust
where
all the
are
handle,
you?
then I'm never gonna get in there.
There's another hotspot.
BB! BB!
BB!
Oh god, okay, that's real subtle.
Manny, where
Okay.
are you? This isn't funny! I'm getting angry! I'm sorry I didn't trust you!
Must have hit a major circuit. But it looks like I've exposed the guts here. Those tumblers must be made of a harder steel than the outer door. I don't want to bust all that. It's locked.
Why does he keep going to the door instead of to the box?
I think that it registers that
Children's
as
books.
being the bookshelf in the background.
Interesting. Okay. So...
You've exposed the tumblers, that's great.
Yeah. I'm gonna slice them up. I'm gonna rub you out, see? I'm gonna rub you out.
Ooh, I hate that sound.
Not a bad thought. Remember that you can do that.
Blade.
Try turning the wheel now.
Ooh, I hate that sound.
Does it do anything different if you hold down the button?
No.
Okay.
Am I supposed to like?
You should be able to spin it continuously, but so your objective here is that you want to line up the tumbler so the gap is exposed.
The gap? You mean like this?
I believe the other direction, if I remember correctly.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Now we're spinning.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't get it. What am I? I have to get it like what? Like this kind of.
You need to
like,
line up all of the tumblers so that there's the gap on the right lines up.
The gap on the right lines up. Like you're talking about.
So
this?
these are not. So these tumblers have are kind of like semicircles. Like
sure.
They have a flat edge. You want the flat edges to be lining up.
So like the third one, it needs to be like that.
Yeah, like the bottom two.
The bottom two now. I have distinct memories of being annoyed by this puzzle.
Why?
I couldn't tell you.
And I have to do it like this.
It works like a normal safe, where you have to kind of basically alternate the direction after you get a tumbler where you want it to be.
I like that you say it works like a normal safe, as if that.
Yeah, you know, like my giant safe I have at home that I'm so familiar with.
Listen, you play a lot of adventure games, you have to open a lot of safes.
Oh boy.
I will argue that I have never encountered this anywhere else.
Okay, so that's perfectly lined. So that's lined up.
Yes.
Just think of it as a digital escape room.
No, those are fun.
Too far.
All right, so okay. Oh, brother. Okay. Okay, is that good enough? Is that no?
You may have to start from the other angle because you've already kind of like twisted the whole column.
Okay. All right.
I can't move.
It's like I'm back in the forest temple. All right, so let's do that.
I can't wait for you to get inside and get mad over something completely different.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, probably good enough.
If it's not, this episode ends today, right now. Okay.
Stay. My blade's jamming the tumblers, so I can't move the wheel. It's attached pretty well.
All right.
Okay.
Love this for you.
All right, Mitch, you can come out now. Meche? They're all locked up. These must be very, very sensitive coral harvest reports. They're all locked up. These must be very, very sensitive coral harvest reports.
Cool. We got a battle axe.
Esa cosa is heavy. Meche, are you in there? It's time to come out, honey. No time for hide and seek. Doesn't look like he'd enjoy a... Man, people in the old days were huge. Looks like years and years of coral. They're all locked up. They're all locked up. These must be very, very sensitive coral harvest reports. They're all locked up. These must be very, very sensitive coral harvest reports.
They're all locked up.
These must be very sensitive coal harvest reports. Okay. This is too heavy. This didn't do anything. Those didn't do anything. You know, I was saying earlier, Suha, I'm like, okay, so now I understand what it's like for you to play a board game. For me, it's like, okay, I don't know. I tried everything. I don't know.
Listen, it's improved, but a certain kind of board game, yes.
Sure. There's nothing to interact with while picking this up. If I swing it, it's too heavy.
You can probably move while holding it.
Oh, absolutely.
I
there you
love
go.
that sound.
The delicious sound of metal on metal. Or stone, or whatever.
Metal on whatever. Anything on anything.
It kind of sounds like an alarm clock, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Everyone's favorite sound.
What are you trying to do?
That's a great question, Suha. What am I trying to do? He's like, you can pick it up. I'm like, great. For what purpose?
Yeah.
Does he swing it if you push the button, or does he just drop it?
I was trying that, but I don't. Okay, I'm gonna go near the door or something, and I don't know, swing it. All right, pick it up, because he's like,
Points of interest with the door, though.
Some sort of metal contact. No. Electrical current.
My favorite adventure game phrase.
No.
Boy.
Nothing happens.
Bustal and I really did a number on that door.
Nothing of interest.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Oh, Raul. I am so sorry.
Raul?
The guy you locked inside of a cabinet.
I don't think it's gonna
Yeah, I remember
be
the
as
Mater
easy to
D
pick
that
from
you
this side.
locked in the closet
Listen,
all the time
like,
ago.
callbacks usually require you to have enjoyed what came before.
Sure. Let's see. So that's closed now.
You've made your situation materially worse.
Sure.
Okay, would a vault door like this really have no way of opening from the inside, though?
Maybe if you're using it as a timeout pin.
I don't think it's gonna be as easy to pick from this side. No. Electrical current. Looks like I messed up these contacts when I broke through. I don't think it's gonna be as easy to pick from this side.
So, Suha. as someone who has been very generous and patient in walking you through a board game, walk me through the adventure game process here. So, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I have an axe I can pick up, but there doesn't seem to be any way for me to interact with anything because it's too heavy. I've closed the door and it's made it worse. There's a part of interest. Okay, he doesn't do anything when I do any of the three things. He doesn't do nothing. So
What have you got right now?
I've got the drill and the scythe, I guess. So do I like that? Yeah, I already did that. Okay.
Have you identified everything you can interact with in here yet?
He's interacted with everything.
Okay. So we know what we're working with.
All right, let's try the scythe. You know, let's do the scythe. Why not? Oh my!
Look at that.
Manny, I knew you would. Why is that door closed?
It was the only way the wind?
Oh.
So that was the adventure game process, which is when you're stuck, use your inventory on everything until you figure out what it is.
Yep.
I'm not going to make you feel any better by explaining the logic here, but when you open the tumblers by using the bustall on the vault, you broke the circuit, and you used the scythe to reconnect the circuit from the outside. And you also used it to reconnect it on this side, which was used to activate the secret entrance.
Obviously.
Sure. All right.
Hey,
That was a very LucasArts pause before you said obviously. Same rhythm.
Well, they know their own brand.
That home plumbing sprinkler system looks like it's about to fall apart. Thanks for not shooting me.
Look, I'm sorry. I should have trusted you. It's just that the past 2 years have been pretty tough, you know?
Am I missing something? Why did she think I was on the other guy's side?
Domino went to a lot of trouble to abduct you, or at least he attempted to. Like, at the start of year 2, he tried to lure you out and tried to basically get you onto the ship so that he could bring you here and fulfill this plan. He wants you to replace him on this island so he can go on to bigger and better things. Meche read too much into that and thought that you were essential, which you are not.
But why would she assume I was her enemy?
Basically because she assumed an affiliation with Domino that wasn't really there. Like, Domino's motive is more so, like, spite and wanting freedom as opposed to, like, actually valuing you as a person.
It's a little tenuous.
You look like you could use a nice ocean cruise.
Still my travel agent, eh?
You look like...
Still my travel agent, eh?
What's in these cases?
Take a look. It's all the double-end tickets Hector and Dom have stolen over the years. Each one stolen from a good soul, and now they just sit there.
That's it.
What?
They just sit there. That's what's been bothering me. In the days when I was a hot salesman, I used to see double-end tickets all the time, and they move.
What do you mean they move?
They become agitated around human souls, and the ticket that belongs to you will actually fly into your hand. But these tickets, and the tickets in that suitcase of Charlie's, it's like they're dead. Why would Hector and Domino be hoarding cases of counterfeit double-end tickets? Why would Hector and Domino be hoarding cases of counterfeit double-end tickets?
It's a great question.
Warning. Fire system, do not touch. Not picking that up.
So I think a big difference between me and you three is I don't get a lot of joy out of, like, all right, try every item on every thing.
No, don't get me wrong. That is not the joyful part of an adventure game. That is the mark of a bad adventure game.
That's what happens when you're stuck.
Yeah,
and it's not fun anymore.
I see. Because got it. To me, it's like, oh, you're just brute forcing it.
No, that is exactly what you want to avoid in an adventure game. If you ever get to the point where you're brute forcing it, like when you do finally find the answer, the only way that it feels good is if you're like, oh, I can't believe I didn't think of that. But usually what you end up thinking is, what the fuck? That was the solution? Or worse, I tried doing this another way and it didn't work, but they wanted me to do it this specific way. That is not the joy of an adventure game. The joy to me of an adventure game is the story, the exploration, interacting with the characters. It's the slower paced, like getting to kind of absorb a world as you go, seeing the descriptions of things. Oftentimes the writers will put a lot of care and love into writing these, descriptions of environments and conversations. That's the part that I like about it. If I'm being honest, puzzles are one of my least favorite parts of adventure games, just because they're typically not done in a very satisfactory way, in my opinion.
I see.
I mean, I like them when they're not obtuse.
Yes.
And I feel like good games like signpost really well what you're supposed to be doing, what you're supposed to be looking for. Some spells sometimes, or some games like King's Quest will give you like a spell book, or you might find like a list and you're like, okay, or a recipe, like, what you're looking for, and it's really satisfying, to find those things. And Monkey Island sometimes will have you, okay, I don't have that ingredient, what can I get that's close to it? And, there's a lot of fun thinking through of stuff like that. That's what I really enjoy about those kinds of games.
Sure. I don't know if I've had a single moment in Grim Fandango, where I went, oh, it's this. I think every time I've tried everything. What is it? Well, no, actually, there was some stuff in the beginning, I think, but that's like the easy part, right? I feel like Hell Water Zone, especially, it's been a tricky situation. All right, so. Well, let's adventure game it.
I mean, this is an interesting one to start with, in my opinion, because it's more recent. So it's a little bit more in the vein of... It's not quite a Telltale adventure game.
It's more recent? Suha, this is 1997. It's 27 years ago.
Oh my god, that's so upsetting. It's more recent than those first ones. Okay, maybe I need to phrase that differently. It's a different.
Has moved beyond that.
I feel like it feels slightly closer to contemporary ones than the old ones do. Like it's more emphasis on environment and story, but it still has some of the brutal old design stuff. So it's kind of
it is
a different experience. Yeah,
but also this was right when adventure games went dormant for a good 10 years
or longer.
I can't reach that high. I don't want to bust all that.
Like, you didn't have a sprawling environment like this.
You look like you could use a nice...
Still my travel agent, eh?
When you slice the fire sprinkler system, you did do something.
I did? I thought you just said I can't reach. What? There? That did something?
You did something.
That doesn't... What? Am I blind?
You sliced it. You're not seeing what it did because of something else you did.
Suhanrek, you know what he's talking about?
I think I do. Did you turn the fire suppression system off?
That's
he
what
turned
this
it once
is?
and then he turned it again.
I don't want to mess up my blade.
I would say that with any adventure game, there are two charm points. There is the story, and there is the puzzles. And if either of them fail, it tends to become an aggravating experience. So they're difficult to do well.
To me, we don't float, remember?
Okay, so if he does something, it'll do something now? Or if he does the...
No, he's done what he needed to do there. We've just turned on the sprinkler system. We've made the floor wet. Manny's initial idea did not pan out. However, I want you to turn off the water system and then notice what happens. Listen, I've wanted someone to play this for a good 20 years, so this is my monkey's paw.
Okay. It drains away.
Mm-hmm. What does that imply?
There are pipes. There's a drain.
There's drainage in the floor. That's something you could theoretically make use of.
But I can't interact with it in any way.
You can, just not with your normal interface. So think about the other things at your disposal, and this whole vault.
I have like 2 tools.
You have 2 inventory items, but there's other things in the environment that you've been able to interact with.
Okay. There's her, there's this, and there's this.
This is one of 2 screens you have.
Okay.
See, that's what I remembered using it to break the floor, but I thought it was over there.
After you.
What about the suitcases?
Forget them. They're counterfeit. They wouldn't fit through this hole anyway. Let's go.
Gladys, I'm so glad to see you.
All we need now is a way of breaking through.
They couldn't, like, put a hotspot on that or something.
That's just
it's
it.
Like,
there absolutely should be something you can see there and have him comment on it like, I think the water's draining down here.
And then even then, I'm like, why would I? Oh, these kids gotta stop talking right now. Okay,
you can
hold
leave
on.
the screen.
Okay. I guess my thought process is, even if I know there's a drain, why do I assume that I can, like, fit in it? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The rule for year 3 is trying what you can. On the bright side, we're very close to being done with year 3.
Okay.
You just need a way to break through the coral
do you see
now.
where I'm coming from? It's
absolutely.
It's like, there's a drain, but my mind doesn't immediately. Oh, well, that means I can escape through the drain, even if I.
It is a big leap. It is.
Thought about that,
right.
And it's like, okay, now bring the axe over to the spot that doesn't have a hot spot and break it, and then they don't even show you like going through it. I mean, okay. I get. I'm sorry. I'm being a little bit of a crabopple.
No. But, everything that you are encountering here, everything that you're saying, if I'm being very honest with myself, are the reasons why people do not like adventure games, and the reasons why shortly after this game came out, they kind of died. Like in the late 90s, early 2000s, you couldn't take a shit without seeing an article about PC adventure games are dead. The adventure game is dead. Adventure games are dead. And I think this is a big part of why, because these leap of logic, like crazy batshit puzzles just don't appeal to people. And I think that's why in modern adventure games you see much more streamlined, sensible puzzles that don't rely on guessing what the developers had in mind.
Right.
Slam some headers on her and lower her to the waterline.
Are you flirting with me?
Well, we can talk about this when we get there, but I'm curious why the Humongous Games or Spy Fox, sort of skate through it. Is it maybe because they don't have the ridiculous, obtuse puzzles because they're kids' games, or
I mean,
is it just nostalgia?
Humongous Games rely entirely on the charm and aren't really about challenging puzzles, so I do think that is a factor.
Yeah, the puzzles in those games are not hard. Sometimes they're kind of like, oh, okay, but it's usually.
I do think Spy Fox is definitely one of the meatier ones.
Yeah, Spy Fox has some pretty clever bits, but
I mean, Spy Fox is slightly older kids, right? Like a little bit more than Freddy Fish and Putt Putt.
towards more, yeah.
Like it kind of scales between like Putt Putt, Pajama Sam, and then Spy Fox is like for the age range.
Yeah. Like, it's usually... Okay, go ahead, David. What were you going to say?
On the topic of, just adventure games having to adapt to the modern era, if you use, like, Telltale as, like, a test model, like, they initially tried to do traditional adventure games, which weren't super popular, and then we got to Walking Dead, where they focused on cinematic experiences. Yeah. And the first Walking Dead has a handful of more traditional puzzles in it, but they're usually the worst parts of that game. Yeah. That was an example of, like, Telltale tried really hard to lean entirely into story presentation as its appeal, and that was successful.
David, what is your favorite part about adventure games? Is it the writing or is it the puzzles?
I am a very narratively focused person, so I do take that first. Like, for me, Grim Fandango is an extremely immersive, just like compelling story. I love the dialogue. I love the characters. I will concede that, especially here in year 3, the puzzles are very obtuse, but I can look past that. Now, I can genuinely really appreciate puzzles in games, and we discussed previously that, like, Myst is an example of very satisfying just puzzles for the puzzles. And there's some modern adventure games where they take the mechanical experience of just like solving things and make that the focal point, and that can work really well. But it comes a lot with like trying to recontextualize, like, okay, how are you actually interacting with the game space and cutting out the parts that have not aged well.
So for you guys, it's like, listen, the obtuse puzzle, the game, because listen, overall, the writing in this is great, and the characters are great, and the atmosphere is very good. So is it like, hey, that's all great, and then the obtuse puzzle is like, it's just, you kind of have to, it's like when I try to recommend an anime to people, it's like, there is that part that didn't age well with the panty shot, but the rest of it's really good. Like that, is it that kind of?
That's pretty much it, yes, that, for me at least.
I like the puzzles. I mean, you guys know this.
I thought you were going to say, I like the panty shots.
I love them. Yep, that's my favorite.
Right.
They were the best part of Haruhi.
Right. Sorry, you were saying, Suha.
Like, for me, I like narrative games, so it's not that the narrative is not important, but for me, if I play an adventure game and it doesn't have inventory puzzles, like the traditional use this object on another object, I get a little disappointed. Like, I like collecting trash and carrying it around and looking for, like, oh, I bet I can use this here, or you get an item and they actually let you use it. Like, a lot of adventure games punish you for having too good of an item. Like, you get to use it once and it breaks. Like, for me, the puzzles and the inventory items are like a big part of it. So, like, 'cause I can get narrative anywhere. I love visual novels. Like, it's not like I don't like narrative games, but I'm here to pick stuff up.
But see,
so you are the purest. Things. You're the purest adventure gamer.
Yeah,
you are like you are the, because I respect that. You know what you're about. By the way, I'm imagining all of us just standing on a beach together, having this conversation, looking at the ocean, the sun setting. What do you like about adventure games?
We wait for our ship to come in.
Yeah.
I want to make one observation, Sue, and if I'm off base, you tell me flat out if I'm wrong. But I find that whenever I watch you play an adventure game, I think one of the things you value most is responsiveness of the game world. You like it when the game will let you do things, and it responds. A character dies, or you get a funny remark, and if that's missing, like in, say, like Myst, where it's very minimalist in terms of like interactions, that is a big downside for you.
I mean, that's like across the board. So, like, I love, like, Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, I love any game. Like, I love the BioWare games, Mass Effect and Dragon Age. Baldur's Gate, like, went back to that tradition of, you can do so many things. You can do horrible things. You can do things there's no reason for you to do, just to do them. Like, I like the what if, and in my own games also it's the same thing. So I like writing for games. I like branches. I like variables. I like allowing you to say something stupid just to be able to say it, just to see what character X says if you say this horrible thing, even if that's not like a win condition. I think that's why I enjoy collecting deaths in adventure games. Like, I just like seeing what will happen. So that's an across-the-board thing that I like, but for sure in adventure games, like the ones that have less puzzles, less responsiveness, no deaths, like, it just feels like there's less to do.
Uh-oh.
Now, for my part, I do like that responsiveness, but to me, I think what I like most about adventure games, when I really boil it down, is, I hate to say the D&D style experience, but, you know, in a tabletop RPG, if your DM describes a scene, you can ask, well, what about this? Well, what do I see here? What do I see here? And you can kind of get more in depth with the world than you can in, say, an action game where you can't look at things or examine them or talk to things. You can just do whatever the action is. Adventure games let me kind of poke around a world and get that world building, kind of, you know, see what things are, see what characters are. I feel a little more immersed in the world. Puzzles are fine. I like puzzles in general, but I don't know that I love adventure games for the puzzles, especially because they're so often just so goddamn obtuse. Like, there are so many Sierra games that I only know the answers to because as a kid, I just read the hint books. Like,
oh, absolutely.
I could not figure some of this shit out myself.
There are... Sorry for interrupting you.
No, you're fine.
There's a lot of fan-made adventure games where there is a issue where the puzzles are there as a matter of tradition. They're perfunctory, and the games suffer for that. And I think that when fan projects actually zero on what they actually appreciate about adventure games, which are potentially like narrative or responsiveness or just like getting to fiddle around and futz with things, then it's a much better experience overall. And there is a grand tradition of just getting to the point of realizing that you don't need all the stuff that doesn't work.
I've been enjoying listening to the Adventure Games podcast. But it is interesting to hear your answers. But now, okay, I gotta find a way for the ship to break through the reef.
Mm-hmm.